back to the Camp Men Show. I'm so excited you're here today. I'm Miss Cybulski. I'm your host. I'm pumped. When am I not pumped? That's the best part. So we're gonna hop right into today's show. And today we're gonna talk about the worst day ever. Bum, bum, bum. Wow, that was good. Amazing or something like that. So the worst day ever. Why are we talking about the worst day ever? What is the worst day ever? Honestly, I think for me, a lot of times the worst day ever is the day that I don't get as much sleep as I want to. When thinking about what to do for today's show and everything, I was like, you know what? Inevitably, that's a fun word, inevitably, I can't even say it. Inevitably, you are going to have the worst day ever. And honestly, there's probably gonna be one time that it's in high school. You know, it might be that day that that you get that grade back and you're like, oh, crap, mom's gonna kill me. It might be that day that your friend group is just causing so much drama. You just can't stand your friend group, that this person and this person are fighting, and then this person's talking bad about me and talking bad about them and that. It might be the day that you get cut from the team. You don't get as much playing time as you want. You don't get to play that part in the musical. You don't get to play that part in band. It might be that day that you just cannot stand your parents. They are just annoying you so much. Or your siblings, you just got in huge fights with your siblings and you just can't anymore. There's going to be a worst day ever. You're gonna have that worst day ever, and that day's gonna suck. And you're gonna want to cry, you're gonna wanna get mad, you're gonna wanna do this, you're gonna wanna do that. And so I kinda wanna talk about, what do we wanna do when the worst day ever comes? I've had those days. You know, I think we've all had days like that one thing after another thing after another thing after another thing just keeps happening. And you're like, I'm just gonna go get some ice cream to make me feel better. And you go and get your ice cream, and then your ice cream falls on the ground. And you're like, of course, why again? You know, it's gonna happen. So yeah, what do we do? What do we do when that worst day ever happens? My first thought is to find somebody to talk to. Find a trusted friend, a trusted adult. Find somebody to talk to and just explain what's happening and tell them how horrible it is. It is okay for us to talk to a trusted person about how rough our life is sometimes. And sometimes I think we have to tie us up very nice and in a little bow, and we're we're doing great, we're perfect, it's wonderful, nothing's wrong with me. And yeah, sometimes we do have to do that. In the middle of your math class is probably not the best time to break down crying, but we do have to let people see the real us and what's happening inside. And so finding that person and talking to them, maybe it's that best friend. Maybe there's friend drama, so maybe it's a parent. Maybe there's parent drama. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's campus ministry. Maybe it's a sibling. Whoever, maybe it's a coach. Whoever you have, find that person, talk with them. Maybe you'll end up crying. Maybe you'll end up yelling. Maybe you'll end up ah! I feel so many times when I'm at that point where I just need to talk to somebody, I'm just and I don't even know what to say sometimes, but I just need to say something, and I just need to let out all of my emotions. And so finding that person and talking to that person is so good, and I would really encourage you, that should be your first thing to do when you have those moments. The next thing I would really encourage you to do when you have that worst day ever is to go talk to God. I know, it's okay, go talk to God. What if I don't know what to say? What if I don't know how to do it? What do I do? Blah, 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 you know? No, just go talk to him and tell him honestly how you're feeling. Honestly, what your thoughts are. Honestly, how's it all going up here and in here? You know, what is happening? And the beautiful thing is that God puts all the pieces together. You know, it's not that he wants all of these things to happen to you. It's not let's screw over this person today. No, that's not what he's going for. But he knows how all the pieces work. And as soon as something bad happens in your life, he knows how to fit it into a better plan. And so going to him and trying to figure out, where is he going with this? You know, he didn't plan for your ice cream to fall. You know, when that happens, what is he going to do to make it good in some way? And so going to him, allowing him to see what you're feeling and to know what you're feeling. But then also allowing him to kind of show you maybe how all of these pieces fit together and all of this puzzle really works out into what your life will be beautiful and how it will end up beautiful. And that's good to know, especially when you're in that worst day ever, knowing that it's going to be beautiful in some way. Not because God planned these terrible things, but because God knows how to work with terrible things that happen. And then I think the last thing as we go through the worst day ever is to realize you can make it through it. You are amazing, you are strong, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are glorious, and you can make it through it. And so that means once you make it through it, because it's just 24 hours, less. If you wake up at 6 a.m. and you go to sleep by 10 p.m., I wish, but if that's less than 24 hours, and you can make it through that time period. As annoying as it is, there's going to be another worst day ever. It's going to pop up again. There's going to be another one, or there's going to be one that's the second worst day ever, or wherever it is, you're going to have another worst day ever. So if you make it through this first one, which you can, I know you can, then you can make it through another one. And it's not easier, it's not harder, it's just the idea of, I can do this. I will be able to do this. So really recognizing for yourself, okay, if I make it through today, I can make it through next time. And that's a really good thing to know for yourself. And then when you hit another worst day ever, you can look back and be like, okay, that was a horrible day. I hated that day, worst day of my life. But I made it through there, so I can make it through something else. So I think that's a beautiful thing. So when you have your worst day ever, when your worst day ever happens, because it will, I'm bummed that it will, I don't want it to happen for you, but it will, go talk to somebody. Find that trusted person and talk with them. They are there for you, they want to help you. Go talk to God, go tell him how you're feeling, go tell him what's wrong, and allow him to show you maybe how those pieces fit together. And realize that you've made it through some really bad days. You've made it through some worst day evers, and you can make it through this one. If you ever have a worst day ever, ask me to pray for you. I would love to pray for you. I am here to pray for you. And I know you can make it through it. So with that, I hope you don't have a worst day ever today. I hope you have a best day ever today. And I'll see you next time. Bye.